See what the rave is about alcohol stoves. I know a lot of people use them for, I guess, for lightweightness and the ability not to have to buy fuel, or, well, expensive fuel canisters. Is who we're going to be talking about today. Let's see. So what are we doing exactly?
Well, we're going to boil some water on an alcohol stove.
Okay.
It's a homemade alcohol stove. I made it myself out of a Fancy Feast cat food can.
And this is the stove that he made. Now, what'd you use to puncture the holes in it?
Just a hole punch for paper.
Okay.
Just kind of even space them out around the top and stagger them at the bottom.
Makes sense.
Then an ounce of alcohol will bring it almost just to the bottom of the hole, so it's pretty well idiot-proof on measuring.
Now explain to me, what is this stuff?
It's a heat shield.
Heat shield. And what is that for? For the viewers.
It keeps the wind from blowing your stove and all your heat away from your stove. If you're going to use an alcohol stove, use heat in the yellow bottle, not the red bottle.
Okay. Why is it not the red bottle?
It just don't burn real well.
Okay. Now I noticed in the daytime, the reason we're filming this in the man cave is because in the daytime you can't really see the flame, and we're just doing it in here in a controlled environment for now. But he's adding water to his pot, which has got a really good cook set up. We waited a minute ago and it was right at 1 pound, wasn't it?
Yeah. For
all this, and it's kind of a good setup.
And it's on a GSI Pinnacle Dualist stove.
Okay. Made this little homemade koozie for it all too, and kind of just to put it in and keep his water hot. Now he's going to go ahead and light it. Now show us how you lit that again. I don't know if I caught that part. Just stick your lighter up to the side of the holes and let it go. Let her warm up just a second before you put your pot on. Okay. Now, does your pot actually fit on there and balance really well, or do you have any balancing problems?
Your pot just sits right on top of it.
Really? Now, let's see if we can see it down here. You can actually see the flame in there, which is neat. It's not too incredibly hot yet, I don't believe, but what we're doing is dimming the lights a little bit better. There we go. But you use an actual stopwatch here. It's going on 5-6 seconds now. And we just lit it not even 5-10 seconds ago. So it's still going pretty good. Let's see how long it takes to go to a boil. Now Grey Wolf said how long?
Around 8 minutes.
Around 8 minutes, that's not bad. It's a little slower than a fuel canister, but again, you're saving a lot on the environment because fuel canisters are terrible for those who don't pack them out. I actually use, but no. That's incredible. Yeah, I use a BioLite stove, and it runs off, the fuel is logs, and it's actually a biothermal conductor, so it actually turns the heat from the fire into electricity, and I can charge my gear while I'm out there, because I'm a techno. Lid on it actually allows it to boil quicker.
It keeps your water clean, too.
Yeah. How much exactly was this project, just making a simple alcohol stove?
Well, about 79 cents for a can of Fancy Feast.
Okay.
And $1 for the hole punch at the dollar store. And $2 for the turkey pans I made my heat shield out of.
It's not bad. Going on 2 minutes now. I know it's a little blurry, but... And it's starting to get a couple bubbles in the bottom of it, so it's actually doing pretty good. Kind of surprising. I guess it does burn pretty hot. That's incredible. Yeah, I use a BioLite stove, and it runs off, the fuel is logs, and it's actually a biothermal conductor, so it actually turns the heat from the fire into electricity, and I can charge my gear while I'm out there, because I'm a techno hiker now. And the flame's still going really good on the side. You can see it, and let's open there up and see what it looks like. So there's some steam coming out, obvious steam, and then there's some bubbles in there. 5 minutes, it's not bad. Inspired you to make the fuel can or the alcohol stove compared to like fuel canister or anything else?
Well, the fuel itself is a little cheaper, and the stove don't weigh anything, and I can make it myself, and make another one if it messes up or wears out or whatever. It's cheap. It's kind of like the inexpensive way to make a stove and cook your own food.
Okay. Now what about I noticed one thing, the ability that you can just leave it alone while it boils.
Yeah, you can just get off them. I mean, you just light it, and then once you work out your system, figure out how much fuel it takes to boil, you can just pour your alcohol in there and then light it and then walk off and do whatever, and then go back and it'll be boiling.
Yeah, I know Shug said something about that.
It's starting to talk to me.
Oh, and it's boiling.
It's 6 minutes and 38 seconds.
6 minutes, 38 seconds, and it is boiling. Let's show them that time there. Well, as you can see it. It's a little blurry, but you get the general concept. Let's look at it one more time here just to see if I can get on camera correctly. There you go. Compared to a lot of stoves, that's really good that it takes just a short amount of time. And it's still got quite a bit of alcohol in there to burn. So, I mean, you can do a lot more with it than just that. With 1 ounce of alcohol, it seems like you can actually take a bowl of water, put it in your koozie like he just did, which is interesting. And yeah, I mean, you could go ahead and put another pan on there and start cooking something else if you need to.
And the great thing about the koozies is it allows you to hold your pot more steadily by the bottom
without burning
and
yourself.
It just come off of the stove. And you can put your food in it and walk off and set and let it go.
Like that is actually just blowing constantly steady on it. It'll blow it out. Sorry. How hot? I'm going to touch this to see how hot this is.
The heat shield may be, and one advantage to the
it's not hot at all, actually. I mean, it's warm, but it's not.
The Fancy Feast stove is, right now, it just come off the thing. I can pick it up and handle it. And literally a second after the fire has been out,
oh yeah,
your stove is pretty well cold.
Is that because of the metal it's made out of, like the aluminum? Or?
It's small. It's thin, it's small.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of big...
that's awesome.
I mean, so pretty well once you get your...
That's actually hot. This right down here is actually hot. This is not.
That's just a spacer that I had set under it to keep it off of my...
Yeah, no, I understand. Part of the main cave.
And after you put your water in your mountain house or whatever, it cools pretty well instantly, and that gives you time to pack your stove and stuff back up to where when you do get done eating, you can take care of your dishes. And
that's awesome. I like the fact that it cools down so quickly. So when you're taking those, because I know that I don't really want to get my BioLite going sometimes because it does take a little bit longer to get going and a little bit longer to cool down. So it's good for the evenings and the mornings when you're just chilling out before you hit the trail. But during the day, I notice I take more things I can just eat steadily. So if you're one of the people that like to cook during lunchtime, this is a good option for you because it does it decently quickly, and then you got time to eat and then go, and it cools down quick enough for you to pack it up. That's something outdoors. I hope you guys enjoyed the alcohol stove, and I want to thank Grey Wolf for letting me see his alcohol stove so we know how it works, because I don't have an alcohol stove. It's a neat little thing, though. I really appreciate that. Check in on one of our future episodes to see if a pop gun can start a fire. The pop gun does not work near as well as the ferro rod. Subscribe, comment, like, all that good stuff. Check out the description below. I have all kinds of interesting stuff down there, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Check out my Hit the Trail series. It comes out every Saturday, and all these videos come out every Thursday.